Yo, what's good YouTube? Zamcro here, aka Scoop, back with another post-commentated showdown replay. This is for it was the Goodbye ORAS Tournament. It's just a bunch of friends saying goodbye to ORAS. It was in a 16-man tournament, and I was matched up with Aaron on our first round. And of course, it's OU. You can swap your teams. It's best of 3 in each round, so I'll be playing Aaron at least twice, maybe 3 times. And we can swap our teams in between each match. So he's brought Tangrowth, Victini, Kingdra, Scizor, Garchomp, and Sylveon. I brought pretty fairly standard OU team with Ferrothorn, Rotom Wash, Garchomp, Latios, Mega Medicham, and Clefable. Go ahead and hop into the battle here. Like I said, this is for an ORAS OU tournament. Just pretty much saying goodbye to ORAS and saying hello to Sun and Moon with a fairly competitive tournament here. Hop into the replay here, and I'm going to leave with my Rotom Wash because I can basically Volt Switch on everything except the Garchomp, and I can Will-O-Wisp it. And I spectated that while I had Ferrothorn and Mega Medicham that he probably wouldn't lead with the Tangrowth, but he does lead with it, so good part on him, or good thoughts on him, because I didn't expect it, and he's got the lead matchup right. So I'm just going to Volt Switch out here. No big deal. Go right out to my Ferrothorn here so I can set up my rocks. And he's going to go for the Focus Blast, which is a good play on his part, because if he hit that, he would do fairly decent amount of damage depending on his special investment. Which, if he has Focus Blast, he probably has decent amount of special attack, or it's probably a bad set. But he shows the Worry Seed here, which means I acquire the Insomnia ability while I set up my Stealth Rocks, which is not a big deal for me, as I can switch into my Clefable here, and he does it again, meaning I lose my Magic Guard, which is fine by me. Good play on his part, going for the Worry Seed twice. I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave, and he's going to get full paired on the first turn here, which is good for me, bad for him. And I'm going to start setting up my Calm Minds here. And he's going to go for the Leech Seed, meaning, and since I acquired the Insomnia ability, I'm going to lose health from the Leech Seed. And he's going to swap out here, going through his own Sylveon, and it's going to take 27%, get its leftovers, meaning it's not choice specs, and get the Leech Seed recovery. So I'm going to swap out here to my Ferrothorn. So he goes for the Wish, which is a good play on his part, and he's going to go right into his Victini as I go for the knockoff. So I knock off his Life Orb, which is really good for me, and he gets the Wish back. So it wasn't a terrible play, or it wasn't great for me that I went for the knockoff, because now going for the knockoff later in the match isn't going to do as much damage, and he gets his health back pretty much back to full. But as long as I got my rocks up, Victini's not going to be too much of a problem, especially since it showed Life Orb, and of course it's gone now, but my Garchomp will outspeed it. I'm an offensive Swords Dance Garchomp. So I'm going to swap out here and go to my Rotom, and he's going to go for the Energy Ball, predicting my Rotom switch, which is a really good play on his part. And I'm going to have to either switch out or take an Energy Ball. I'm going to switch out to my Latios here as he goes for the Bolt Strike, which is kind of a good part on his play, because he knew it would do, I don't know. I guess it does a little bit more than the Energy Ball would do to the Latios, just because Spadef is higher than the defense, I do believe. Anyways, he's going to switch into his Scizor here, maybe Pursuit Trap me, or go for like a Banded U-turn. Looks to be Mega, and it is, and I'm going to go out into my Garchomp and see Defogs. So a good play on him, Defogging, probably a defensive set, utility set, excuse me. I'm going to set up a Swords Dance right here, I do believe. And I do pack the Fire Fang, and I'm going to be able to do 73% to this. And it does show the Rocky Helmet, so it seems like a mix set, I guess. I'm not really sure. Rocky Helmet with Worry Seed and Giga Drain and Focus Blast, kind of confusing me. But I'm going to be able to knock it out with Fire Fang here. So I'm predicting him to switch and get his regen back. And I'm going to go for the Earthquake. Or the Dragon Claw, excuse me. I knew Earthquake wouldn't knock out the Tangrowth regardless of being +2. So I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw, and I'm going to catch his Kingdra. I guess it was pretty much a sack because he had to. and I'm gonna stay in here, and he outspeeds me, which is fairly strange to me because he set up rocks. He has the focus sash, and he outspeeds me. I do believe I am max speed, but he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna win the second speed tie here. If it is a speed tie, he won both speed ties, and I'm just gonna bring in my Clefable here. He got his rocks up and was able to get my Garchomp out of the field, meaning have a little bit harder time dealing with the combination of Scizor and Victini. But I have a great core remaining, and still great offensive pressure. So I'm gonna soft boil here, see what he wants to do, and he's just gonna go for the Earthquake. So I'm just gonna pick him off here, and he's more than likely gonna bring in a Scizor or his Victini next. And he does bring in the Scizor, so I'm just going to switch out to my Rotom Wash here. And he goes for the U-turn, which is a good play on his part. Unfortunately, he gets the crit, and being a utility set, that wasn't going to knock me out or come close to it. And he would have to switch into probably his Tangrowth, and I would just Volt Switch out. Or, well, I wouldn't try to Pain Split, even no matter how much HP I would get back from a, say, 75% HP Tangrowth, because I have a decent switch in the Ferrothorn, which I would have went straight into. So he gets a crit on the U-turn, which sucks. And I'm just going to bring in my Mega Medicham here. I'm going to go straight for the high jump kick. I get another crit, or not another for me, but I crit him straight back with the high jump kick. I don't know if it necessarily mattered because I still don't know his spread on this thing. But high jump kick was doing a lot regardless, and he was paralyzed. So the odds were in my favor there. Even if he didn't get crit there, I could get the full para, or he just Giga Drains me or something, and then I high jump kick and kill him on the next turn. He brings in the Victini, which is interesting. I guess he didn't want his Sylveon to take any damage and figured he could knock me out with one hit. He's going to go, like I said, I'm going to go straight into my Latios, and he's going to go for the Glaciate, which is interesting because I could have stayed in and went for Thunder Punch or something like that. He goes for the Glaciate as I switch into my Latios, meaning I take damage first of all. Second of all, my speed's dropped, but I'm scarfed. He doesn't know that. So I'm just going to stay in and drop a Draco here, and that's going to catch him off guard. He's going to go down to 13%, meaning I can set rocks up and he's gone. So I'll bring in my Mega Medicham here. It forces him to switch out. He's predicting my fake out. I'm going to go straight away for the Thunder Punch, do just under 30% to the Scizor, and then I'm going to go for the high jump kick as he goes for the Bullet Punch, and I miss. So really, Hax is really kicking my ass in this match. He's not playing bad either. He's making some great predictions on me, and like I said, he missed the Focus Blast at the beginning of the match, so I'm not too upset about that. I can still win this match, but it's a lot harder. I'm going to go for, I'm not sure if I go for I go for the knockoff predicting the Victini switch. But he's got to get his Victini in safely. It has to be safely. So I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here, which will knock out the Victini if I catch a Leech Seed or a knockoff. So he brings in his Sylveon here. And I'm going to be able to set up my rocks here. He used Heal Bell, which I think was a misclick, because nothing was statused. Anyways, he's going to go back into his Scizor because he's got to get these rocks going. Victini is his win condition. Sylveon and Scizor cannot touch my Ferrothorn. And I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed here, and then I'm just going to spam knockoff. I'm spamming knockoff and Leech Seed this whole match. And sometimes I go for a random Gyro Ball on the Scizor. Here he brings in the Sylveon again. I'm going to go ahead and knock off its leftovers, which is really good for me. I'm going to set up my rocks here, meaning Victini cannot come in now. And he's going to get his wish back though, which is good for him, bad for me. He's going to go for another wish, and I'm going to miss my Leech Seed. So we're just missing moves left and right in this match. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I can stall him out because I have a lot more moves than he does. Obviously, I lack in the Gyro Ball perspective, but I have so many Stealth Rocks, Knockoff, and Leech Seed, that I can still win this match as long as I keep my rocks up, or as long as I get the Victini switch in correct. So as long as I knock out the Victini when it comes in, or I keep my rocks up, I'm gonna win this match, because he can't beat my combination of Pokemon without his Victini. He can't do it. There's no way. As you can see over here, we have spectators that come to watch this. Those who either lost, or those who are, okay, nobody's lost in the tournament yet, so people who are in the tournament are spectating, come to watch, yada yada yada. Gonna spam Knockoff here again. I cannot let Victini come in. If Victini comes in, like I said, it's a world of hurt for me. Like I said, basically just gonna spam Stealth Rocks, spam Knockoff until Butterknife either goes down or he makes the wrong play. It's all up to him. Spectators are saying it was stall, but this isn't a stally match. It's not stally at all, actually. It's just turned into PP stall at the end of the match. I still don't consider that stall. Like I said, rocks is my main objective. I have to get the rocks in here at the right time. And now here I can go for the Gyro Ball. Does 69%. He can protect here, which is fine. But my only play is staying in with Ferrothorn. I can't switch nothing. There's no way. I lose at that point. I do knock out the. Sorry about that. I do knock out the Sylveon finally with the Ferrothorn, and then I'm just gonna be able to spam rocks and spam Knockoff. And Knockoff's my base play, as long as he's going for defog and I have my seeds on him. And I'm gonna be able to set up my Stealth Rocks. He has to keep defogging, or else he loses regardless. So I just have to keep setting up my Stealth Rocks, and he's gonna try. Eventually, he's gonna try to get his Victini in on the Stealth Rock switch. The turn I set up Stealth Rocks, he needs to switch in his Victini. And here's the play of the match. He's gonna go for the U-turn, and I'm gonna go for the Knockoff, knocking out the Victini, meaning I'm gonna win the match, because Scizor can't beat Ferrothorn. I just Leech Seed it and then wait for it to run out of PP or kill itself in rough skin Leech Seed damage. So he forfeits there. Very, I'm not gonna say clean match, because it wasn't clean, all the critical hits and misses and stuff, but it was a fun match. Really tested my patience with the Ferrothorn, and like I said, he won both speed ties. Unless I wasn't max speed Garchomp, he won both speed ties. But I'm pretty sure I'm max speed Garchomp, that, or I'm right above the base 100s max speed. But yeah, that was game one, and we're gonna have game two. I suppose I can go ahead and show game two. He's gonna bring the Victini again, the Gorgeist, the Azumarill, the Golbat, the Magnezone, and the Clefable. I'm gonna bring the Mega Diancie, Volcarona, Landorus, Therian, Ferrothorn, Starmie, and the Garchomp. So go ahead and hop into this battle as well. Game two, and see how it goes. He's gonna frisk me. Doesn't really matter. I can just go straight for the protect, see what he wants to do. He's gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp, meaning if I didn't go for the protect, we'd have been in really good position there. He's gonna go for the Leech Seed on the next turn. It's very, very interesting. Anyways, as I go into the Volcarona and he gets the Leech Seed off, he's gonna go into his Clefable to try to get to take on my Volcarona. I'm assuming it's probably unaware for my Quiver Dance, and I'm gonna predict that and go out to my Ferrothorn here. Gonna be able to set up my Stealth Rocks, but I opt to go for the Gyro Ball in case he wanted to stay in and maybe had like a Flamethrower or something, or a random Fire Blast. I go for the Gyro Ball, and then I'm gonna switch out because he brings in his Golbat. I'm gonna switch out into my Diancie, and he's gonna go for the super fang, meaning I lose half of my HP. I'm gonna get a critical hit with the Diamond Storm. I'm not sure how much that how much the crit mattered, depending on his spread. I know Goblet's really fat, especially with the Violet, but Diancie's really strong at the same time, and I'm physically offensively invested. So I don't know if that mattered. Sorry if it did, but like it's the game we played, just like the first game. Couldn't control any of that. He's gonna bring in the Azu, and he's gonna show me that he's looks like choice band damage. So I'm gonna predict his Victini switch in, and I'm gonna double into my Garchomp. And he's gonna go for the U-turn. He's gonna take the Rocky Helmet and the Rough Skin damage, and I'm gonna set up my Stealth Rocks. He's gonna bring in the Gorgas. He's gonna find my Rocky Helmet. I'm just gonna Toxic him. It's just my best play overall. I can go into my Volcarona on the Leech Seed. Pretty hard wall to this thing. He's gonna switch into his Magnezone though, which is really interesting. It is the Air Balloon, meaning my +1 Fiery Dance will knock it out. And he's gonna bring in his Azu. Like I said, it's choice banded, so I'm just gonna be able to switch right out to my Ferrothorn, and he's gonna take the Iron Barbs damage, and he's just gonna keep going for his Waterfall here. It's pretty much looks like game at this point because I've got a layer of stealth. I got my Stealth Rocks up and a layer of spikes, meaning his team's taking a lot of passive damage, and I have a lot of offense in my top 3 mons here. I'm gonna lose my Ferrothorn to a critical hit Waterfall, and then I'm gonna knock out the Azu with he's locked into Waterfall, so I know I'm gonna outspeed, and I'm just gonna knock it out with the Moonblast. And nothing else on his team really wants to take a Moonblast. And Victini, it can take a Moonblast, but it didn't want to come in on rocks and spikes and possibly take a Diamond Storm. So he brings in this Clefable next. I'm gonna hit it up with the Diamond Storm, doing 64%. Clean 2-hit KO. He goes for the Moonblast, and it's just under a 2-hit KO, but I'm going to outspeed on the next turn anyway, knock it out with the Moonblast, and he loses his Clefable. He's going to bring in his Gorgeist here, which is basically hard walled if it doesn't have Shadow Sneak. He does have Shadow Sneak. I mean, of course, Seed Bomb can knock me out, but he does have Shadow Sneak, knocks me out. I'm going to bring in my Volcarona here. I'm going to go for the Quiver Dance, and I basically win at this point. Volcarona can take any one hit from Victini. I'm going to set up another Quiver Dance here to make sure I outspeed the Victini, and then I'm going to just go ahead and roost this damage off, and he's going to realize that the game's over. Going to knock out the Gorgeist with the Fiery Dance, get the special attack raise, which is 50%, so it's way more than Scald and Discharge. Right there with the Sacred Fire. Gonna be able to knock out the Victini with the Fiery Dance as well, and that's gonna be it's gonna be game 2. So round 1's in the books there, and we win 2-0. Well, we won 4-0, and our first match was a 2-0 win, and basically we won match 1 and game 1 and game 2, meaning we will move on to the next part of the. I guess it's round 1, round 2, and then the finals. So we're gonna move on to round 2, and I'll see you guys next time. Leave a like if you liked, comment, subscribe also, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.